Are you ready to stack your portfolio with 140 million ounces of high-grade silver for less than $1.10? If the answer is yes, you need to stay tuned for the next 10 minutes. Hello, this is Maurice Jackson, here to highlight what we believe is the most compelling silver proposition in the natural resource space, Dolly Varden Silver, which is advancing one of the largest high-grade undeveloped precious metal assets located in BC's Golden Triangle, spearheaded by CEO Sean Kunkun. But don't take my word for it. I invite you to watch the following video for the next 8 minutes and see if you believe that Dolly Varden Silver is the best value proposition right now in the natural resource space.
Dolly Varden is a very unique asset. We have a pure silver mine. And what we've done in the last 3 years is we've taken this company from a $20 million company. Today it trades at a $200 million valuation. In precious metals bull markets, when you have the price of gold moving to new record highs, silver outperforms. Most of the pure silver mines are in Argentina, Bolivia, Mexico. Our project is in Canada. Most of the silver in the world, only 30% of the silver that's produced comes from pure silver mines, like the mines we have at Dolly Varden. Having a large, high-grade silver project in a safe jurisdiction really is the differentiator with Dolly Varden. The Golden Triangle has this storied 100-year history where you can go back to the late 1890s where gold and silver were first discovered here. So we're at the southern end of the Golden Triangle, a very unexplored part of the triangle. It is actually the richest 20 kilometers on the planet for gold, silver, and copper mineralization.
Prospectors came up into the area around 1909 and worked up the valley and discovered the initial Dolly Varden vein.
It was actually US President Herbert Hoover who opened the original Dolly Varden silver mine in 1919.
And at the time, it was the richest silver mine in the British Empire. Fast
forward to the 1950s, it was Canada's third largest silver mine. 20 million ounces of silver were produced. Essentially, the project stayed dormant. What struck me was up until 1989, only 5 million ounces of gold had been discovered here. In the last 3 decades, we've added 150 million ounces of gold. This is really the reawakening of past treasures.
We have a tremendous amount of historical data that we can go in and evaluate and look for more opportunities. We've been generating a tremendous amount of technical data. And so both of those should contribute to ongoing resource expansion, hopefully new discoveries.
What have we accomplished in the last 3 years? I've raised $65 million with some of the most sophisticated, astute mining investors on the planet. So these are billionaire investors like Eric Sprott, who's had a long history getting behind precious metals companies. We've got 50% of the company is held by institutional investors. We've got America's largest silver producer, Hecla Mining, is one of our top shareholders. What gives us an opportunity to be successful is having these supportive shareholders who are continuing to fund, and not only funding, but also bringing their technical expertise to the opportunity.
We've got a strong board of directors. We've got an aggressive investor relations and marketing team.
We've made accretive acquisitions, bringing in more silver and gold mineralization. And lastly, the team of brilliant scientists that I work with have made discoveries.
We have very experienced crew of geological professionals who have done a lot of hard work to assess and evaluate the data we've got.
It's a well-rounded team.
What sets Dolly apart is the people. You have a large amount of different skills, people with different backgrounds, all coming together.
Rob Van Egmond has a lot of experience both internationally and in Canada. He's been on this project for, I think, 7 or 8 years now. So he has the depth of knowledge.
I worked in the Golden Triangle back in the 80s as a student, geological student. I was out running around with Cominco looking for gold and silver. When that sort of second wave of discoveries, SK Creek, the Snip mine with Cominco, all those mines were being discovered. I was in there recently. I've been there since 2017. So that's when I started with Dolly Varden. And that's really when things started to kick up in terms of exploration in the valley. And the whole technical team. We have young geologists, fresh eyes on the project.
Amanda Bennett, who is our exploration manager, she has an incredible ability to evaluate and maybe take a chance. And one of those was the hole she drilled in 2021 at the Wolf.
We were doing some exploration drilling around the property, not much headway, and then we took the historical work from the 1960s, 1970s, and plotted it up, figured out everything in 3D, and took a shot. We intersected the vein, and then from there, we just designed our program from it.
It's a 100-year-old mining camp, and we keep making new discoveries, we keep growing the deposits. And so, every year there's new surprises. Every drill hole that we do on an exploration project, there's great surprises.
We have a very good crew. Everyone here asks to be here, and they want to be here.
Then we have the older members of the team that are, experienced in these types of deposits.
I've been involved with it a long time, and I would like to see it, the mine come to fruition.
The second aspect of it is that we've got a very strong CEO.
He cares about the people, he cares about who's working with him. When I say with him, he cares about that you're working with him and you're not working for him.
Sean Kunkun, who's heading up the team now, is very instrumental in moving this ahead through organic growth, having the money to do the exploration work, and then through acquisitions.
What has attracted me is not only the fact that this is in my backyard, and it's in the same time zone, the same language, the same currency, and then all the employment opportunities we bring are going to impact our community.
We're on Nisga'a traditional territory. In the field, we have pad builders, and we have some people doing tech on core and just camp work and field work. About a quarter of our staff now is Nisga'a.
It pretty much runs itself when you get a good crew.
In terms of future, when we acquired Homestake Ridge last year, we basically doubled the size of the project.
It has a lot to offer. Besides the ore itself, we have deep water access, and the silver is very rich. Our new acquisition at Homestake is promising with gold reserves also.
What we're working on is expanding these silver deposits, expanding the gold deposits, and so far we've come up with some new mineralization. So the future is, it's gonna continue. We still have over half of the strike length to explore, and then our areas off to the west and off to the east where there's gold mineralization. So there's no lack of work in the area.
We work really well together, and it's made for a very strong overall team that's led to our success.
And so we are committed to continuing to grow the mineral inventory. And it's my belief that as we move into a market that properly values silver, these ounces that we have in the ground that we're growing will be valued at a higher value. And that's how we're bringing value to shareholders. So the market capitalization of the company has grown by 10x. The share price is up about 300%. But why I think we're only 15% of our way through our journey is the amount of prospectivity and the rate of new discoveries we're making. So for me, I think there's a tremendous opportunity in silver. If you look at statistics from the Silver Institute, we're forecasted to have a 200 million ounce deficit in 2023. So this bodes well for higher prices.
I think to whoever's looking to invest, you've got a lot of dedicated people working hard. We want success as much as any investor does.